What is going on YouTube? My name is Repel from youtube.com/user/RepelGames. Thank you all for watching Repel Games and sticking by. If you guys are new to this channel, be sure to check out my other Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire Wi-Fi battles, my X and Y Wi-Fi battles, my Let's Catch a Shiny series, and tons of more gaming videos. So, moving on, we are up against Peter. Peter has the Tyranitar, the Garchomp, the Doublade, the Goodra, the Donphan, and Chandelure. I brought a lower tier team. It's completely NU except Hitmontop. Unfortunately, Hitmontop is not NU, so it doesn't quite count that I'm using an NU team. But I'm going to go straight into this battle now. Thank you all for watching this battle. It means a huge deal to me. Your support means I'm able to, well, upload more Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire Wi-Fi battle. Now, I'm going to go into Beyblade, and my opponent's going to go into Chandelure. Turns out he actually is going to go for the Confuse Ray. That's very cool. It's very unique to see Confuse Ray. And actually just went for the Stone Edge, and unfortunately for my opponent, I do not hit myself in confusion, but unfortunately Stone Edge does not quite kill it, and now he's going to go for the Will-O-Wisps. So it's a very interesting set for a Chandelure, but it's actually kind of working. I did not expect a Will-O-Wisp on Chandelure. You never see Will-O-Wisp on Chandelure, simply because Will-O-Wisp is, you know, not an attacking move, and Chandelure, you know, always carries a Choice Scarf or a Choice Specs. He does go for the Hex. That's very cool too. Complements the Will-O-Wisp very well. But luckily, I snapped out Confusion and I did not miss my Stone Edge. I do get that crit. The crit absolutely did not matter. But finally, down goes the Chandelure. But for the price, Beyblade did have to burn to, you know, to receive that kill. Now here comes a Donphan now. I do want to save my Beyblade simply because it has Intimidate. Now I know for a fact he's going to go for the very obvious Ice Shard. Donphan does not outspeed Hitmontop, so he's going to go for the Ice Shard. Luckily I do have a Water type. Seadra chilling in the back, and I'm just, you know, I'm free to just go for a Scald. Nothing in this team really wants to take a burn. And here comes the Tyranitar now, very ballsy. He just set up the Sandstorm, so thanks to Sandstorm, all Rock-type Pokemon special defense is boosted. So that Scald actually doesn't do too much. And unfortunately, I don't get a, you know, well, a burn. So I know for a fact that usually Mega Tyranitars do outspeed me. You know, most Mega Tyranitars either run Rock Polish or Dragon Dance, so I just went for Disable thinking that he's gonna go before me, but turns out I'm actually still faster than it. Very strange, but now that I think about it, I did not really double check on damage calculator, so I really don't know. So I know for a fact that I do outspeed him, so I'm just gonna go for that Disable. It's very obvious that I was gonna disable his Stone Edge. My opponent is way smarter than that, and he's just gonna go for the Earthquake, and with the Sandstorm, it's kicking my ass. So I have no choice but to go for the rest. So what I really should have done was not go for that Disable, you know, like that, and waste a turn. Instead, I could have went for another Scald, take him to, you know, like 60, you know, like 30% health, and maybe get a burn too. But yeah, unfortunately for me, this Mega Tyranitar is a mixed Mega Tyranitar, and the Dark Pulse is going to do quite a lot to me. I am only defensive, not specially defensive. Eviolite, physically defensive Seadra. It really works, but it doesn't quite work with Dark Pulse. So, I'm going to have to fodder off my Hitmontop, but that's not the point. I really want to just stand on my Hitmontop simply because I want to drop his attack. And, well, I'm, you know, pretty much dead. So, my opponent can actually just stay in and just take one Mach Punch. I am burned. It's not going to do too much. But he switches out. Very surprising because he could have actually switched into... Well, actually, his Chandelure died, but he has another Ghost type. He could have switched it into his Doublade to eat up one Mach Punch and just let the burn kill me. But Donphan works really well too. Now I'm going to send out my Wigglytuff, and this Wigglytuff is going to do work in this battle. He is going to go for the Earthquake. I take it relatively okay, and I'm just going to go hit him with that Ice Beam. I am offensive. I am specially offensive Wigglytuff carrying an Assault Vest. My opponent obviously did not expect that, and now he's going to go into Goodra. Obviously, I just use Ice Beam, but, you know, Goodra is still a special defense wall. But I believe it's either a misclick or simply my opponent has forgotten that Wigglytuff is a Fairy type. thanks to Generation 6, Wigglytuff is Fairy type, and she does get that stab, Dazzling Gleam. Unfortunately, it's not quite enough, but even so, a Aqua Tail is not gonna do enough to hurt Wigglytuff. Wigglytuff is pretty damn bulky. Slap an Assault Vest, and she does work. Now here comes a Doublade. Excellent choice because it's Steel type. My opponent figured out that I am a Fairy type, and naturally I am weak to Steel. However, I do outspeed this Doublade, and I will finish off this Doublade with a motherfucking Fire Blast. So 3 Pokemon down thanks to Wigglytuff. Wigglytuff is, you know, doing all kinds of work. But unfortunately now it's kinda have to, you know, I'm gonna have to just let my Wigglytuff die here. Of course, an Earthquake coming from Mega T-Tar will kill Wigglytuff, but hey, I'm not even upset. Wigglytuff, you did your thing. I'm really proud of you. Here comes my Scyther. Why did I send out my Scyther? Because my Scyther actually has Brick Break, and actually I believe my Scyther might even take, you know, a good amount of hits, because my Scyther is Eviolite, but not just Eviolite, it has investments in HP and speed only. Basically, this Scyther is a bulky sweeper, and it actually does quite a lot of work here. I'm gonna go for the Roost, just kind of scout if this Garchomp might have Stone Edge. I know quite a few Garchomps that might have Stone Edge, or even Fire Fang. Turns out, he has neither of those. Still don't know, you know? Maybe he's just trying to, you know, play mind games with me. Maybe he thought I was gonna switch out. I don't know, but regardless, I keep using Roost just a second time. You know, it's always wise to just scout 2 times. Turns out he doesn't have Stone Edge or Fire Fang, and he goes straight for his most powerful attack. It's going to do quite a lot, but I am Eviolite and I am invested in HP. Surprisingly, this Scyther set is really cool. I wish I get to see it more often. You know, I love Scizor and all, but something about Scyther is just so good. Scyther actually has quite a good amount of base bulk, and if you slap an Eviolite on it, it's gonna take quite a good amount of hits, like a Garchomp's Outrage. He's gonna keep using Outrage. Yes, my Wigglytuff did die. If my Wigglytuff did not die, this would be a great opportunity for me to switch into Wigglytuff while my opponent is stuck into Outrage, but that's okay, because Scyther is eating up all those attacks while he's allowing me to set up. Not that I can blame my opponent, since obviously Tyranitar is 4 times weak to Brick Break. He's gonna go for that Crunch. I can see why he wants to drop my defense since I have massive defenses, but no, I'm gonna keep using Roost because I want to be at my best damn health. And now I'm actually free to go for another Swords Dance. And turns out we know this Garchomp has Earthquake, Sand Tomb, Crunch, and his 4th move is Outrage. That's right, we already saw all 4 of his moves. None of his moves can really do too much to Scyther. I'm good to go. Of course, the Sand Tomb is kind of hurting me just a little. Speaking of Sand Tomb, my opponent's going to send out the Tyranitar and send out the Sand again. My opponent actually has a very friendly Sand team going on. You know, thanks to the Tyranitar with that Sandstorm, it complements his Doublade, Garchomp, and Donphan extremely well. But I did go for Swords Dance twice. I have 0 investments in attack, but even then, a Tyranitar will not appreciate a Brick Break. So, move over, Scizor. I know there are lots of Scizor fans out there, and I might get a lot of hate for it, but I can't please everyone, right? Hopefully, I get some Scyther fans from this video. So, naturally, I'm gonna keep using Roost because it is I am in the sand after all, and turns out he has Thrash. That's cool, but it's not gonna do too much, and I will pretty much be able to hit him up with that Swords Danced Aerial Ace. He does have Rough Skin. That is why I wanted to go for Roost instead of hitting him right off the bat, because with Rough Skin and Sand damage, that actually hurts Scizor. Not Scizor, oh my god, I called him Scizor, I'm so sorry. It actually hurts Scyther quite a lot. You see that? That Sandstorm and that Rough Skin hurts Scyther, but I still cling on to health. I still cling it on, so even Scyther cannot kill himself. So there you have it. Thank you, Peter. That was an amazing battle, guys. Give a huge thumbs up if you guys like this Wigglytuff and Scyther back-to-back NU spread I got going on. So thank you guys yet again, and have an awesome